New Year's Eve gone awry, a controversial night that shook London. As the clock struck midnight on New Year's Eve, London found itself engulfed not in celebration, but in chaos. What should have been a jubilant welcome to 2024 turned into a night of betrayal and disorder, casting a shadow on the nation's hopes for the year ahead. This unprecedented debacle raises serious questions about the city's leadership and the implications of a society teetering on the edge of disarray. Critics argue that the events of that night were not merely a series of unfortunate incidents, they were a glaring indictment of the current administration's failure to manage public safety and maintain order. Many fear that this marks a turning point, with the British public feeling increasingly abandoned by those in power. The scenes of chaos, reminiscent of the turmoil surrounding Brexit, underscore a growing discontent that could spell disaster for the leadership. Witnesses reported a shocking breakdown of security measures near iconic landmarks, with crowds surging uncontrollably. The powerful figures in charge, the mayor, the police commissioner, stood by as chaos erupted, leading to injuries and a palpable sense of fear. This is not just a local issue, it reflects a national crisis of confidence. As one bystander put it, we expected a celebration, not a nightmare. Historical context is crucial here. Just as the aftermath of the Brexit referendum left a nation divided, this New Year's Eve debacle reveals a deeper fracture in British society. The once unified spirit that characterized London's celebrations has now been replaced by a pervasive anxiety about safety and governance. Politicians who promised stability and prosperity now find themselves at the mercy of an enraged populace demanding accountability. Public figures have swiftly condemned the events of that night. "This is a wake-up call for our leaders," said a prominent MP, emphasizing that the British people will not forgive such negligence. This sentiment resonates deeply, echoing the frustrations that led to significant electoral shifts in recent years. Analysts warn that if this trend continues, it could mark the beginning of a new era of political upheaval, one where the electorate feels empowered to hold leaders accountable like never before. The implications of this chaotic New Year's Eve extend beyond just immediate public safety concerns. This event serves as a stark reminder that the delicate fabric of British society is under strain. Many fear that the failure to address these issues could result in lasting damage to public trust and community cohesion. The fight for a safer, more accountable government is far from over, in fact, it has only just begun. Moreover, the reaction from the government has been tepid at best. Calls for a thorough investigation into the failures of the night have been met with silence. Critics argue that this lack of urgency is a betrayal of the public's trust. If leaders do not take this seriously, they risk facing a backlash that could reshape the political landscape. The country stands at a crossroads, and the choices made in the coming days will have far-reaching consequences. As we reflect on this tumultuous night, we must consider the broader struggle for justice and accountability in our society. This is not just about one night gone wrong, it's about the erosion of faith in our institutions. Just as the political landscape was irrevocably altered by past conflicts, so too could the events of New Year's Eve serve as a catalyst for change. In conclusion, it is imperative for every citizen to engage with these issues. The events of New Year's Eve are more than a momentary lapse, they signify a critical juncture for our nation. We must demand better from our leaders and hold them accountable for their actions. This could be a pivotal moment in shaping our future, and it begins with a collective voice rising against complacency. Join the conversation, like, subscribe, and become part of a growing movement that demands change. The future of our society hangs in the balance, and it is up to us to steer it toward a brighter, safer path. Together, we can ensure that chaos does not define this new year.